What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in. What I'm gonna be trying to do from now on is I'm gonna try and make my videos outside, even in winter. Okay, just bundle the fuck up. Okay, just man up, bundle up, go out, and make the videos outside. So as long as it's not windy and my this thing's going all over the place, the tripod, then I'll try to just make my videos outside, because I come outside to nature even when it's cold, right? It's just I don't shoot my videos here, but I'll do what I can. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about in this video, I wanted to talk about loneliness, right? I cannot talk about loneliness enough. I read a study. It says 40% of Americans report feelings of being lonely, but the numbers are likely much higher than that, and they very well are probably much higher than that. This increasing sense of alienation, they're saying, depression and loneliness are going to become the number one epidemic in America, and by extension, really, when we say America, we say, I live in Canada, right? So North America, and just really the civilized world, the first world countries, because it's the same system they run. They run the system of materialism, capitalism, and just sort of separate human from nature, exploit earth, exploit nature, to just accumulate more material things. And this is the system that North America's run on, and to a large extent Western Europe, and the rest of the world is following. So what is going on here? We are progressing. We have technology, or we think we're progressing. We define progress as technological progress, and higher life expectancy and more population, right? I mean, through medical progress, we're able to keep people alive for so long right now. So we can say, okay, look, we're progressing, this and that. Look what we're doing. Look at all this technology. Look at all these things, right? And of course, there's some truth to that, obviously. But also, you can make the argument that actually, just by doing what we're doing, we fucked up the entire process. You can make the argument. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. You can make the argument that actually, hold on, if we didn't interfere so much with nature and try to manipulate it, our population would have stayed steady, and we wouldn't have created all these problems. Because a lot of the problems we have in the modern world is because we have so many people, because we manipulated nature so much that we actually are able to keep ourselves alive longer. So it's really a messy argument here. I don't want to go into it, but what I want to talk about here, let's get down to it, is this increasing feelings of loneliness, of alienation. We have this technology, we're connected, right? I make this video, I get, I have on my other channel 100,000 subscribers. So you have friends on Instagram, you have friends on Facebook, you even have friends in real life that you see every day. But what is going on here? Why are we feeling this sense of loneliness? Why are we feeling like we're alone, right? It's definitely there, and I feel it sometimes. Honestly, like, I feel it sometimes. Sometimes I get sad because I sometimes I feel alone myself in my thoughts and in my because sometimes I look around and I'm like, am I the only one seeing this shit? Like, am I the only one seeing how miserable everyone is? And sometimes you can lose your shit like that, because you think everyone else is just going by the program, and are they not seeing it? So you can start to feel alone even in thought. You can start to feel like happens to me quite a bit, where I feel alone in thought. I feel like I'm the only one. Am I the only one thinking this shit? Am I the only one am I the only one seeing this? Like, am I the only one seeing the world is this way? Am I the only one seeing that everyone is miserable and like, this is crazy? What we're doing right now is crazy. And it's refreshing when I meet people that think the same way. But still, sometimes I fall in the trap. And so this being alone thing, it's like, it's hitting all of us, man. It's hitting all of us pretty hard, right? Even if you have friends, like, they're just surface level friends. A lot of our friends are just surface level. Hey, what's going on, man? Not much, man. What are you doing? What are you up to, man? Yeah, let's go smoke a joint, man. And then you go, you chill in the car, listen to some music, right? But you're not really getting deeper. You're not really embracing each other. You're not really bringing that love. You're not like, come here, bro, give me a big hug, right? And like you just fucking, you embrace one another and you just like share everything and share each other's stories, and it's like all boundaries are broken, right? There's like no privacy between you two. That's very rare to find in like, especially in like North America and Western Europe, and like, again, places where the dominating operating system is that of let's be productive, increase the bottom line, business, make money. It's just strictly, right, productivity in work. What happens when we're focused on that all the time is we're compromising love. We're compromising what makes us human. What makes us human is the human connection. What makes us human, what makes us souls is this love. What connects us, what binds us together is love, community, right? Community. This is why hunter-gatherers, they died young, right? They got disease or something, they died 30, 35, right? Well, actually that was their average age, because mortality rate was high. A lot of kids didn't make it, right? But actually when you made it, you could have very well made it like well into your 60s, 70s, even as a hunter-gatherer. But it's just that mortality rate was so high, babies would just easily die, right? Now we have vaccines and stuff like that. Anyway, but they had that sense of community. You guys should go watch documentaries on hunter-gatherers. There's a documentary, a guy lived there with them for a couple of weeks, and he's like, man, I've never seen people this happy, right? Bottom line, we need this community. We need a sense of community. We need to wake up every day and we need to be like, hey man, how's it going? Come here, give me a hug, right? Like, really, that's you know what I mean? And that we're missing that, because even in our families, your dad's is off to work, your mom's off to work, right? So you don't even, your mom and your dad, they love you, but it's just they don't even have time to show you the love, because they gotta go fucking work and pay the bills so they can get you through university, so you can go and pay all this money to be in university and finish university, and now you work as an employee, and now you have your own kids, and now you're doing the same thing. So you never even have time for your kids, right? You never even have time to love them, to show them, true, genuine love. And even though you love them, you just don't have the time, because we're so concentrated on productivity, business, increasing bottom line. You see, and that's what's causing all these feelings of alienation in society and all these feelings of loneliness, right? Like, man, a lot of married couples, they report feelings of loneliness too. They report feelings of unsatisfaction. They can't orgasm. They can't, you know what I mean? They don't want to have sex. And that's because both partners are not fully embracing one another. They're just too scared to be vulnerable. They're too scared to just open up, be like, hey, look, this is me, this is my heart, come here, stomp all over it, but I still love you. But we're not having that. We're not having that because, I don't know, we're too afraid to open up. We've been taught to repress love. That's what it is. For a fucking social experiment, for a thought, go to someone right, and tell them I love you. A friend of yours, a good friend of yours, right? I hope you have friends that you can go and just be like, I love you, and just fucking give them a big hug. I'm glad that I do. I'm glad that I have those kinds of relationships in my life. Try that, and watch. Okay, two things will happen. One, if you have a friend that is, a loving person, that is wonderful. Make sure you keep that friend for the rest of your fucking life, okay? Number two, the friend might be a little weirded out, in the beginning at least, because like they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, I've never had someone say that, and they might even give you a hug, and they'd be hesitant about it. I've had this happen to me, that's why I'm saying. They might be hesitant about it in the beginning, right? But then, they start to chill with you more, and you start to show them this brotherly love, and then they love you for it. Like, I've had a friend, like a dear friend of mine, who, we used to train together, and I used to treat him like that, I just call him brother, give him hugs every time I saw him, right? And like, we just developed this amazing relationship. And in the beginning, it was like, I can tell it was weird when I tell him, bro, I love you. It was like, I can tell it was a bit weird. Like he was weirded out, right? It was like, like it's just, this is not normal. This is like a new thing. You know, I've never had a friend tell me that before. And then it was just like amazing. It was amazing, right? And we developed this amazing bond, amazing friendship. So we are lacking this love. We are not programmed to love. We are programmed to be cogs in this machine. We are programmed to be working up this system, working up this machine, and just increasing the bottom line, increasing more money, blah blah. Now look, I'm not against that system. I'm working up this system. Like I make money through YouTube, and I sell stuff, and I sell services, and I'm gonna be launching a mentorship program soon. But what I don't like, and what I'm against, is being obsessed with making money and obsessed with increasing the bottom line, you know, without even questioning what am I even doing here? Like, am I even providing value for the person in front of me? Do I even love this person in front of me? You know, a lot of times we forget that we're dealing with humans, you know, because it's business. Make money. Just don't worry. Fucking don't fuck the human element. Make money. It's like, no, hold on. Let's use the system of money, right? Let's fucking use it, okay? But let's just remember something. Let's remember that, hey, this is a fucking human, and this is a human. There's a soul in that body, and there's a soul in this body. You see? Let's remember that. Let's not forget that as we're doing this transaction. And if we remember that, not only is this transaction going to be beautiful and smooth, we're going to make this amazing bond together. We're going to connect on a soul level. You see? And then this is when we have, like, you know, love. We just need more love. We need to be in Mother Nature more. I mean, look, guys, look at this. Look at this. I come here every single morning. I stand here, I kid you not, like every day, or, you know, as often as I can, even if it's cold. I come here, I look at this, and I start having tears in my eyes. Why? It's just because nature is love. The Spirit of God is in nature. God is love, okay? The Spirit of God is nature, okay? That's nature. Trees, squirrels, everything that is in the natural world. The Spirit of God is in there. Love is in there. So when I'm in nature, I can't help but feel this blanket of love just wash me from head to toe. So we need to get back to nature also. We need to build our society around nature, around the connection with nature. Okay? Because when we're alienated from nature, we're alienated from the source of love, which is God. Because God is right there in the natural world. Okay, that is I met a wonderful guy yesterday. His name's Tony. He's Italian, right? He's got this Italian accent, you know. He's an amazing guy. He's like maybe in his 40s, 50s, and he told me, you know, when people ask me where do you go to pray, or how often do you go to church, because he's Catholic, at least by name. He tells them I go to church every day. And to him, that's church. He walks there every day for an hour, right? And now I'm like, man, this is fucking beautiful. You know, this is church. This is the mosque. This is the temple, right there in nature. You see? So when we're alienated from God's temple, nature, we're alienated from love, because God is love. We're alienated from the source of love. And then we build all these cities and have all this pollution and all these things, and our main drive becomes to just material things. Let's get as much material things as possible here. You know, more productivity. You know, next thing, more better product, better car, better phone, better this, and you get people sucked into this game. Yeah, you're obviously gonna have people who are fucking lonely, who are miserable, who feel unloved, who feel anxious, like they feel like something is fucking wrong with them, because you can't ignore your soul. You can't ignore your very being, your very essence, which is love. You can't ignore that. Okay? So, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling like nobody loves you, I highly recommend you start going and finding yourself in the woods. Go to nature. If you live by a beach, go to the beach. If you live near a forest, like, you know, I do, Go to the forest. This is where I would say I found myself. This is where I found God. Because when you find yourself, you find God. Go to nature, right? If you feel like society is not loving you, fuck society. If you feel like nobody loves you, or nobody cares about you, or you just feel unloved and you feel lonely and you feel like nobody understands you, right? Go to nature. The trees will fucking understand you. The skies will understand you. God understands you. The angels understand you. Right there in nature. Okay, right there in fucking nature. That's where they're gonna understand you. Okay, all these guys, fucking Muhammad, the Buddha, Jesus, Moses, all these guys, when they got their crazy revelations or whatever, they were on some kind of a mountain or some kind of a desert or some kind of a forest, right? This is where you find God, man. This right there is God. Okay, so you will not feel lonely there. I come to nature, man. I feel like I'm more connected here, and I'm a pretty social guy, right? And I feel more connected by myself in nature than I do when I'm just chatting with random people about random mundane things. Honestly, like, even though I'm chatting with them and we're having a conversation, but here alone by myself in nature, I feel way more connected. So find yourself here, find God here, and you will feel love, and you'll definitely, once you feel that love, you're gonna want to spread that love. All right, so that's it. That's a topic that it's gonna be a recurring theme in this channel, because I really feel it when I go into society. I really feel this sense of alienation. I really feel this sense of sadness, the sense of despair, the sense of lack of love, right? I really do feel it. So I'm gonna keep talking about it, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up, and we're gonna work together to create a new society. That's it, based on love and a connection to the source of love, which is nature. That's it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. But don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.